Hi everyone. In this video we want talking about does your company need business process management? Should you establish business process management in your organization? Is it essential or not? As you know, I'm Said Ahmed Daliri, highly experienced with more than 10 years experience in business process management area. I was a coach and lead in many business process management project, and I optimize automation many processes like OTC, P2P, etc. and other processes. Also, I teach more than 50 companies, especially huge company, business process management and process mining, and I wrote some books, several books around the BPM, like business process management roadmap, and I have had the privilege to work with various industries like oil and gas, steel, ICT, insurance, PSP, manufacturing, etc. In this lesson, we want to talk about some criteria at the first. When we want to need to make a decision about anything, we need some criteria to help us for making the decision. After that, we review some real life case study in various industry that establish business process management, and we want to know the establishing business process management lead to what, lead to how can I help you, and what is the result of this establishment. And at the last, we want to talk about the determining if your company needs BPM or not. I produced some question about that. The answer in this question can help you to understand that your organization, your company need to establish business process management or not. But at the first, I want to review a sentence. As you can see, nowadays the reading is not a reason that we are, for example, highly skilled or etc. You should set the main concept here and pay attention to. We should learn every day. We should pay attention to improving our skill by reading book, by watching new training video, or etc. And probably it's needed to remove or eliminate some of our old knowledge and replace it with new knowledge, because knowledge and technology are changing, and we face a very fast changing environment around us. So pay attention that learning should be our task in every day, probably. At one point, we should pay attention to the definition of process. As I said, we record a video next week about the definition, exact definition of process. Just pay attention to some other points. Business process consists of a set of tasks that together provide the desired value to the customer. Here are some points. The first, you should attention the process include or consist of set of tasks, not one task, not two tasks, not a set of tasks. All of tasks should be aligned with the result and should be done by some roles, not just one roles. Also should provide a desired value, not any value. Desired value, we should meet the requirements of our customer. But who is the customer? Can be internal customer or external customer. External customer probably save money to help us to earn. An internal customer, like our employees, in some supportive processes we can find internal customer. Also, understanding process is the first essential step in a business process management. If you couldn't understand the concept of process or BPM, it is a mistake to trust to establishing business process management. The understanding this definition is fundamental for establishing business process management. Not just memorize the process definition. You should understood. You should know exactly what is the processes. You should distinguish around yourself which set of tasks is a process. You know, and all company are made of combination of processes. So we don't need it to create processes at the first step actually, and we face with many processes around us. Just we should uh, distinguish many set of tasks, several set of tasks that each of them are representative of a processes. In fact, business process are tasks that company and organization perform nowadays at the moment. Just we should categorize them and find a name for each set of tasks and other duties that we talk about in business process course, mini course that we created in near weeks. So, as you know, here are the business process management roadmap, or we can go a method or methodology. Also, I want to produce a new video about this and talk about everything that will happen in every phase of business process management roadmap. So subscribe the channel and turn on notification. And I want to talk about, for example, preparation. What is preparation, and what we should do. What is framing? What the result of framing? What we should do. Talk about the technique, tools, and etc. So follow our video. Let's dive into: does every business needs BPM? Does every business need BPM? It's the main question in this person. When we want to decide it, does our business needs BPM or VPM, we need to know some criteria, and after that we need to know about other business in our industry. For example, we are a business in a healthcare, we are a business in banking, we are a business in manufacturing, we are a business in ICT. We need to know other company in our industry. Does establish business process management in your company? If yes, what's the result? What's the gain? What's the achievement? And after that can help us to make a decision for ourselves. So in the first step, we talk about some criteria. After that, among them, we can see some real example about the established business process management. And at the last, I try to create some question about your organization and answer this question like a checklist can help you to make decisions about entrance to business process management. Let's dive in. We are many criteria for this important decision. This decision is very important for us because we want to decide to entrance into a new journey, and we are deciding to transformation our company, and all of them are very important and are vital for our company. The first criteria is industry. Does establishing business process management stick to or align to some special industry or not? Review all industry around the world and some example about that. The next is about the complexity and size. a small company, enterprise company, medium company, or other companies does need established business process management, or BPM is, for example, the huge company, or no, if I'm a small company, controlling the processes, managing the processes is important for me. What about inefficiency? What about other criteria that we talk about? That just pay attention. Dependence on the various factors. We face the various factors, including your business goal, industry size, complexity, and current operational change, can help us to make decisions about established business process management. We review all of factors or criteria that we need to know before the established business process management. When we talk about this industry, you should pay attention. The first step, BPM, is a systematic approach to improving organization process to achieve greater efficiency, effectiveness, and agility. Can you remember in previous video I talked about summarizal force about the BPM. What is the BPM? We talk about the BPM as a method, is a approach. Can you remember that among them we should determine, we should design, we should analyze and improve, we should implement the processes, and we should align our processes with the strategy. Here is a simple definition of BPM. BPM is a systematic approach. It's not a technique. It's not a tools. It's approach. It's approach. At the first step, you should pay attention to attitude. Pay attention to view of any people about the BPM approach to improving organization. As a lead, you can understand that BPM should help us to optimizing our processes. Also, can affect on our efficiency and effectiveness, actually our performance. Also, BPM should lead to agility. BPM should lead to flexibility. Do you know what flexibility? If not, you can review our previous video about the BPM. I talk about the flexibility and more reason why we should understand BPM, and so I talk about some benefit of BPM. Industry, we our main industry around us like financial service, bank, insurance companies, and investment. You can review. I try to create some lead for you and search about that. ING Bank, Bank, or Allianz as an insurance and investment company, or about the healthcare, hospitals, clinics, and healthcare providers. There are many examples, especially in process mining, that lead to improve, for example, patient cycle time, and reduce them. Also, we review in the next slide manufacturing like SML, like Signify. There are, for example, in SMA, I guess more than 40 people that just work on processes with some different BPM teams, like BPM consultant, like architecture, etc. What about retail, like Amazon? Do you need what's the result of established business process in Amazon? Follow me, I talk about that in this video. Telecommunication, governance, consulting company or startup. You can see various industry in technology, in organizational utility, hospitality, education, or all of them that try to establish the business process management in your company. Improve the process visibility, efficiency, compliance, and adaptability to change business condition. As I said in previous video, we face with dynamic environment. that lead to change our business rule in our company. And we need to react fast and truly. So we need to be flexible. And for flexibility, the business process management processes can help us to create a high flexibility in our company. It's at least result we expect from BPM. But pay attention some real life case study. In finance and banking, Bank of America work on loan processes, design processes, analyze and try to distinguish some bottleneck, and after that create some possible solution to removing this bottleneck and lead to 40% reduction in cycle time. 40% is very high. You can search and read more about all of real life case study that I want to talk about in these two slides. JP Morgan Chase, another bank, automate accounting closing process, reducing process time from 45 minutes to just 5 minutes. In healthcare, another industry, Cleveland Clinic reduced patient wait time by 50%. Kaiser Permanente, reducing claim processing cost by automation. Sometimes just we automate the processes. Sometimes we distinguish some bottlenecks, and after that we remove the bottlenecks. Sometimes we reduce cycle time, sometimes we reduce cost, sometimes just we standardize the processes and try to try to avoid of confusion for our customer, for our client, for our employees. Manufacturing, like Ford, improve supply chain management, leading to 30% reduction in production cost. 30%. Siemens, another company in this industry, for quality control process, reducing defects by 20% and improving product reliability. You can find many other real life case study if you search about that. Also, you can read in a vendor or consultant BPM company, and you know about that. Retail, Amazon, faster shipping times and improve customer satisfaction. Also, I want to ask you to consider that we talk about the core processes that can affect a company. You know, shipping is very important for Amazon, very important to customer satisfaction. Walmart, inventory management, leading to 50% reduction in out of stock times. Telecommunication, another industry, AT&T, 20% increasing customer satisfaction rating. Horizon, network provisioning, reducing service activation time by 30%. Industry, insurance industry, it's now reducing claim settlement time from weeks to days by automation. Allianz, I said the name of Allianz also. Underwriting and policy insurance, resulting in 20% increasing in operational efficiency. Do you want to achieve this result? Also consider we are in a first criteria, industry. Which industry do you work? You can search about another industry and read about the real life case study and compare your company with them. The next criteria is complexity and size. Do you think size is very important to establish business process management? Breakdown of the types of company that often require BPM, including consideration for size, culture, behavior, and indicator. Do you think it's important, the size? We're faced with large company, medium-sized businesses, small businesses or startups, non-profits, an NGO, government agency, etc. The size is important, but pay attention. When you want to identify the processes in a complex and huge company, you need more time, and you can find probably more than 400, 500 processes in a medium or large enterprise company. But when you are a small business or startup, you can identify, for example, 100, less than 200 processes around you. The main difference is here. The activity you need to do for establishing business process management is less than large or medium company. Your processes also are the same, but it doesn't mean you don't need to establish business process management. You need, but the activities, yeah. So, or you need to overcome the resistance. In a small company, it's easier than a large or medium company. Also, in a small company, especially startups, the flexibility and agility is higher than huge and medium companies. So you can create a result faster than a medium and large company. But in my opinion, all of company, small to huge company, need to identify the processes, design and optimize the processes. So, as you know, we are talking about the second criteria, complexity and size. The first was industry, and we saw many real life case study about that. Now we are talking about the complexity and size. When the organization born or is small, the establishing business process management is easier than, and the activity is less than medium or large company. The point just is here. Other criteria, you can talk about the process efficiency in your organization, for example. See around you, everything is right. For example, rate of performance, their efficiency or other KPI in your organization pass everything that you want. What about quality control? Do you want to reduce the cost of your company? Yes, absolutely yes. But in what area? When we talk about area, you should find special processes. In P2P processes, O2C processes, idea to market processes. Yeah. What about compliance and risk? When we design the processes, in the next step, we will create a profile ID. In profile ID, we talk about process, SIPOC, we talk about some mechanisms, some controller, some etc. What the special topic in profile ID is determine the risk of which processes. Also, you can calculate RPN and find processes with high risk, medium risk, low risk, and categorize the processes in risk view. And after that, find a strategy to face this risk, etc. You can use the follow up the FMEA, or FTA, or other techniques. Data-driven decision making. In the past, when we want to use data, just we familiar with data mining, machine learning, etc. Yes, all of them is good, but you need to analyze data within a setup task that lead to a special result. Oh, setup task lead to a special result like processes? Yes. Nowadays, the BPM are transferring to data-driven BPM. By process mining, you can analyze data but through the processes. It's very important, it's very effective, it's very impactful, very helpful for your organization. Cross-functional collaboration, as we talked about in our previous video, we talk about the vertical organization and we talk about the horizontal of processes. It's important for us that we integrate all elements of organization align with our object and goal of organization or companies. Also, in the other video next week, I will talk about the definition of processes and talk about the BPM and how we can align our processes with organization. And in definition of process, I talk about the collaboration of functional units that lead to create a value, desired value for our organization. Or about the adaptability and agility or enhanced customer experience. Oh, the more exciting result about the process and process mining that you can distinguish the customer experience, for example, in your website, and after that you can design the customer journey, analyze and improve it. Strategic alignment, we talk about, and continuous improvement. Continuous improvement is very important. You can see the name of his channel is Strive BPM. Continuous effort for improving the process is very important. If you want to gain, if you want to achieve a meaningful result from established business process management, you should sustainable to go continuous improvement the processes. And you are, in my opinion, you should create a report in, for example, every 3 months, and also annual report about the achievement of business process management in your organization. And talk about, for example, in which processes you face with cycle time reduction or cost reduction or etc. Other result of business process management. Also, resource optimization. Again, as I said, we have a special resource. We should decide which resource is we should allocate to which processes. It's important to us to control our resources. And the last, the scalability. Now pay attention, BPM is a strategic approach. Again and again, I will say the BPM is not a technique, is not a tools, is not a standards, is an approach. Now, attention, considerate, BPM is a strategic approach to managing, optimizing an organization processes. It offers a range of benefits. Determining if your company needs BPM. Now you can answer this question and at the end decide, make a decision that you need BPM or not. Does you need to establish business process management? Answer this question. Are the bottlenecks, delays, or redundancy in your processes around you? Could you find any delays? For example, you send a request, purchase request, buy something, and you expect that today you deliver the goods for you, but it will not happen, and you face with delay for 2 days, every weeks. Do you employ frequently encounter obstacles that hinder productivity? Yes or no? Attention, is you faced with yes answer in every question? You should be clear that you need to establish business process management. Just one answer is yes. Customer complaint and dissatisfaction. Are you receiving customer complaint about a slow service or also inconsistent? Can you remember about the Amazon? Shipping processes, customer satisfaction. Is customer satisfaction declining or not meeting your benchmark? Do you compare your company with some benchmark? Do you want to compare your processes, your company, with the best practice processes? So you need to design processes. But before that, you need to identify the processes. And before that, you need to work on view and attitude of employees in your organization, manager in your organization. Companies and regulatory change. Does your industry have strict regulations or compliance requirement? Are you struggling to meet this requirement, leading to potential legal or financial risk? What about this question? Your answer is yes or no. Grow and scalability issue. Are you experiencing rapid growth that strain existing processes? As I said, the small business and startup should be considered to establish business process management. And as you know, this small company or fast-growing company. Also, we know some large enterprise company like ASML is a fast-growing company. How do you want to contribute to growing the business? If you know about your processes, process is flexible, the process is scalable. You know about your processes, you can change everything in your business you want to. The processes is in context of business development. You want to increase your sale, you should work on your sale processes and marketing processes. Is it challenging to scale operation while maintaining quality and efficiency? Do you have a same quality in period of time for your product or service? Or not? It's nowadays high, nowadays low, nowadays medium. You should standardize your processes. After that, you can see that your quality is the same for our products And also after that you can work on your processes and optimize them and increase your quality, not up and down. Higher rate. Are errors, mistakes, or quality issues common in your processes, especially in your production processes or your maintenance processes? Do these errors lead to rework, customer dissatisfaction, or additional cost? I can remember I worked in project in the food industry. The return rate of product was very high, and the satisfaction and the customer dissatisfaction also was high. We find two processes, identify two processes. At the next step, we design these two processes, the processes about the input goods, also deliver the product. We design as is processes, analyze and identify, distinguish some bottlenecks, find some solution to removing these bottlenecks. This is about the traceability and also one data that they should use in production. Establish these processes, design to be, implement and establish these processes. After that, the return rate of product decreased 90%. Lack of visibility and transparency. Is it difficult to track the progress of projects or processes? You know, in project we have some processes, initiative processes, control processes, planning processes. And as you can see in embark, for reference of project management, talk about some processes. We know the project is not a process, but the project consists of, include of some processes. When we talk about the business area, we will talk about the project management position in hierarchy of process architecture. Do you lack visibility into how work flows through your organization? And how can you control your organization? Many failure rooted to uncontrolled in business. And when we want to control something in business, we need some KPI. When we talk about the KPI and measurement, we need to know about the efficiency, we need to know about the resource management and achievement and result. When we talk about the resource management and result, we are talking about two main KPIs within a process. So you need to control the processes. As a result, you need to BPM, because BPM is a approach to designing, identifying, designing, optimizing, managing, measuring, documenting, implementing the processes aligned with our strategic goals or objectives. Data-driven decision making needs. Do you struggle to access and analyze data to make informed decisions? Are you missing opportunity for data-driven improvement? As I said, nowadays the data-driven decision making and using data through the processes is very important for us. The process can integrate and collaborate between some roles and some activities, and after that we can use data through a special path that lead to a result, not like I always learn or different boxes. Here are data, here are data, here are data. Not vertical, we need a horizontal. start from input and requirement of customer, set of tasks, and output can be delivered the customer requirements. Cross-functional collaboration, and within this, we should create a collaboration. Do departments or teams struggle to collaborate effectively? Is there a lack of alignment between different parts of the organization? What about the responsibility of tasks? Is everything clear, or you need some explain something or some activity or task, or that there aren't any responsible for some activity or task? Resource allocation problems. Do you often encounter resource shortage or overage? Is it challenging to allocate resource efficiency across projects or departments? How do you want to decision about resource management? Which resource should be allocated to which activity? You need to about the processes and achievement result of any processes, output any process. After that, you can make a decision about which resources should be allocated to which activity or processes. Change management difficulty. As we saw, the processes are flexible, so help us to change. Although we know for change management, we should pay attention to some other aspect. Is implementing change or new processes met with resistance from employee, and what we should do? To struggle to adapt to market change, to emerging trends, lost competitive advantage. A competitor's outperforming you due to more efficient processes. Are you losing market share or opportunity to innovate? You need an idea, you need to optimize idea to market processes. Everything we are talking about is context of processes. What about customer experience concept? Is the customer experience consists of below industry standard or customer facing processes not deliver the desired result? As we said, we face with customer in output and input and output. Customer requirement meet or deliver product service for customers. At the last, just remember, BPM is not a one-size-fits-all solution. We know BPM can help us to reduction of cycle time, cost, increasing income, create a discipline, flexible or should be scalable, etc. But it's not a one-size-fits-all solution. Probably we need use other techniques, but we should know other techniques can happen in context of processes, because we want to measure the performance of any techniques in organization. Also, BPM can help to establishing any other techniques or quality or management system in our company, and help us to be successful about others. Remember that BPM is not a one-size-fits-all solution, and its implementation should be tailored to your organization's specific needs, culture, and goal. We will talk about the business process management roadmap in next video. If you want to know about that, subscribe and turn on notification. And we talk about all aspects of BPM, all technique, all tools, all standards. You need to pay attention to BPM. Also, we talk about the culture, talk about the behavior, and how we can change the attitude and view and create some solution for them. That's all. Have a nice day. I hope you enjoy about working on your processes.